looking fly, staying
All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Machah Kodash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Yeah, basically, I just wanted to go into this topic concerning how the spirit works. Slakia. Yeah, I was I've been watching different elders videos, and I was just thinking about that. All right, concerning how the spirit works. The scriptures talk about the spirit is like the wind. All right, but what I mean by the spirit in this sense is the will of the Lord. Okay, how the will of the Lord works. And as you saw me title it, the solution is because that's how the spirit works. And once you understand, all right, how the spirit works, or understand that phrase, because that's how the spirit works, and I put it in quotes on purpose, all right, so that you can understand the title well. But once you understand that, your faith increases, number one, and number two, you're able to be calm. All right, it doesn't matter what situation you're in, you're calm because it's all about the mindset. It's about how you think about it, all right, and how you see the obstacle or situation you're in. Now, of course, we're human. We're in the flesh. Certain things happen that we don't like. All right, people fear what they don't understand. All right, but it's even worse when you don't like it and you don't understand it. Okay, so that's the thing about this truth is that you got to understand that everything that happens to you, around you, concerning anybody, is the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay, it's the will of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So when you understand that, you don't really, what I'm saying, certain things might happen with you, it might not sit well with you. All right. Or you might not at the moment understand why that happens. And so, somebody who is not spiritual, and that's why the scriptures say, let me get that real quick. The scriptures talk about a carnal mind, all right, being enmity with the Most High. Okay, carnal mind. Oops. All right, let's see what we have on here. All right, Romans chapter 8, verse 7. So it says here, okay, for to be carnally minded is death. Now, carnally minded is, let me actually get the full definition on here. All right, it says sarx. It says flesh, the soft substance. Okay, not that. The body of natural or physical origin. The animal nature without any suggestion of depravity. Animal nature with cravings which incite to sin. What it means by animal nature is the flesh, the fleshly, how the body has been made. The body eats, the body sleeps, the body likes pleasurable things, the body hates things that smell bad, that feel bad, that taste bad. That's the quote unquote animal nature. All right. It says the physical nature of man as subject to suffering. All right. A living creature because possessed of a body or flesh, whether man or beast. The flesh denotes mere human nature, the earthly nature of man, apart from divine influence. See, so that the carnal part of you is your body, the natural. If you look at somebody that's not spiritual, that's a carnal man. All right. He doesn't factor in spiritual intervention, divine intervention, the will of the Lord. He just does. You know what? I'm hungry. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, I'll pray to the Lord that I might come across an antelope or something that I could hunt. And I'm talking about the ancient world. Carnal mind. Look, I'm gonna go out there, do what I gotta do, bring it, eat because I'm hungry. That's what I gotta do. Without factoring in any spiritual aspect. So it says divine influence, and prayer is an example of divine influence. It says, and therefore prone to sin and opposed to the Most High, because they don't, almost like an atheist, all right, they don't see how the Most High plays a role in their life. They think everything is up to them. I went and applied for the job. I got the job. You know what I'm saying? This is me. I'm doing everything. That's not how it works. But as the scripture said, now that we have the definition for carnal, all right, for to be carnally minded is death, all right, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. All right. When you're carnally minded, you don't understand how the spirit works. All right. You see everything as just here and now, but it's much more than that. We are just a little portion in a bigger movie. All right. That there's a bigger picture going on. All right. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, the angels, they're all behind the scenes to make this movie go according to the script. All right. So once you understand that, you'll see, okay, everything that happens to you, you know, in your life, you might not like it, you might like it, whatever the case may be. It's because that's how the spirit works. The Most High wanted it to happen. What the Most High does not sanction doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what it is. From you breaking your toe, all right, to you looking up at a certain point, to a bird flapping its wings and everything, to the rate at which your hair grows out of your hair, it's all sanctioned by the Most High. All right. And once you understand that, you'll be more calm, regardless of the situation you're in, you know, because if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you are serving Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai in sincerity and in truth, all right, the scriptures say that, and I have it here, which I'll get later, but the scriptures say that all things work to the good of them that love him. And once you understand that, and you understand that it's because once you understand how the spirit works, and you understand that precept, Romans 8:28, you're set. Your faith is going to be firm, because you know that regardless of what situation you're in, it's supposed to work out to the good for you. Okay, that's number one. Number two is that even if it looks like it's threatening, it feels like it's threatening, it feels dangerous, understand that if it was to ultimately harm you or be for your detriment, the Most High would not have allowed it to get to that point, because that's how the spirit works. All right, it works according to what the Most High's will is, and the Most High knows what you need. So let's say all hell breaks loose, and it's been 2-3 days and you haven't eaten yet, and you starting to think, damn, the Most High trying to kill me. If the Most High was trying to kill you, you'd be dead. Okay, but he knows that, look, 3 days, you can last 3 days without eating. You know, maybe the fourth day you can't last, so he'll feed you on the night of the third day. But you got to understand, look, if the Most High allowed 3 days to pass without me getting any food inside my body, then it's his will. And I understand that everything he's doing is for the benefit of me. So I shouldn't get upset. Though my stomach is growling, though my flesh is upset, I shouldn't get upset, because I'm a spiritual man. I can understand that. Nothing happens that's not sanctioned by the Most High. From arguments to laughter, to adversity, to prosperity, everything comes from the Lord. All right. And it's ultimately to better you, though you may not see it. All right. Now, an example, all right, and I'll get into these scriptures, but an example that I always use, all right, is, you know, a little story that I made up, right? So you have this dude, let's say his name is Jake. We're gonna go with Jake. So Jake has been out of a job for maybe 6 months. And Jake is like, yo, you know, he's been praying. Jake has been praying and praying and praying, say, Lord, I need a job. I need to work. I need money. I need to pay bills. I need to buy food for my family. I need to do things. Jake finally gets a job offer. He finally gets an interview, and the interview is for Tuesday at like 11:30 a.m. Jake says, oh, it's lit. He's thanking the Lord. Jake is all happy, right? Cool. So Jake has everything set up the night before, ironed his clothes. He has what he's going to say ready. He is set his prayers and everything. The morning of, Jake knows, all right, I got to catch this bus at 9, transfer to the train at 10, and I get there at 11. That's 30 minutes before. That's 30. Slaki, pardon the noise, man. You know, that's just Satan being a demon anyway. But even that's the Most High's will. That's the Most High's will, because he wanted that to happen. I said what I said because this is will. Anyway, let's go back to the story. So Jake says, okay, I got to catch this train at 9. Or I got to catch this bus at 9, transfer to the train at 10, get there at 11, and then have 30 minutes to spare. So Jake got everything set, and the bus comes every 30 minutes. Jake says, all right, I'm going to catch this 9 o'clock bus. Cool. Now it's like 8:50. It's a 10-minute walk to the bus stop. I know the story's a little long, but bear with me. So Jake is like, all right, cool, I gotta go now. It's 8:50. He got everything, his bag, his everything, all the documents they required, but Jake can't find his keys. So Jake is looking around. Yo, honey, where my keys at? You see my keys? Yo. She's like, I see you had it in your hands yesterday, and this is not good. This is not good. He's looking at the time. Now it's 8:55. Oh, Jake starts losing it. He's searching under the bed, flipping mattresses, checking in the fridge. I don't know why, but all these different things. Jake is stressed out. It's 9 o'clock. Jake is still at home looking for his keys. Jake looks and looks and looks and looks and looks. All right. And he doesn't find his keys till 9:45, almost 10. So Jake says, damn. He finds out that his keys have been in his back pocket the whole time. Jake is furious. He's like, oh, I just missed my 9 o'clock bus. I planned everything right now. I'm going to be late. So he rushes out the house, catches the 10 o'clock bus. Finds out that bus, which he usually takes around that route, isn't running anymore. Something happened. So he's like, damn, now I got to take an alternative. Jake takes an Uber. By the time Jake gets to the job interview, it's late. He passed the time. So they tell him, look, I'm sorry, Mr. Jake, but you missed it. This is a one-time offer. That's it. We can't really do anything for you. He's like, can we do a reschedule? They're like, nope. So Jake is bummed out. Now, here's where the important part comes. Here's where the difference between somebody who's spiritually minded and somebody who's carnally minded comes in. Jake is spiritually minded. So Jake is bummed out. He's questioning. He's like, but Lord, I prayed. You answered my prayer. You gave me the job interview just so you can take it away from me. I don't understand. Jake is upset because his flesh is angry. But Jake is spiritual, and he's like, you know what? At the end of the day, everything is your will, and I understand that it works to the best of me. Jake remembers Romans 8:28. Jake thinks about that's how the spirit works. It's fine. There's a reason behind it. I don't understand it right now. I think this is a bad situation, but I don't know the Most High's thoughts. So this could be a good situation. I don't know. But I'm just going to be calm, and I'll just go through it for now. All right, and I'll see what happens. So Jake goes home. His wife is like, what happened? He's like, yeah, I missed it, whatever. They're like, okay, it's just cool. Whatever happens, happens. Right? Cool. Now, the other side is you have a carnal-minded version who's just like, he gets there, he misses it. Fuck all this shit, man. Yo, ain't no Most High, man. F all that. How you going? If there's a Most High, I pray for a job. I didn't even get the job. Now his flesh got control over him. He's carnal. He starts cursing. He starts going off. Right then and there, Most High's done with you. Okay? Because he didn't remember Romans 8:28. He didn't remember that's how the spirit works. He just got in his emotions and his feelings. And that means that everybody became his enemy. Forget the angels, forget Yahushua, forget this faith. I ain't doing no more works because the Most High didn't give me this job. So if you ain't gonna give me this job, I ain't doing your job. Forget this, I'm done. Rips up his garment, throws up all that. He ain't doing it no more. Now, here's the difference between the two. Jake goes home, the spiritual Jake. He goes home and he's watching the news. It's late. He's watching the news with his wife or whatever. And they see on the news, oh, there was an incident. A terrible bus crashed. The bus flipped, turned, mangled. Like somebody with telekinesis had crumbled that joint. Everybody died on that bus. He's like, yo, his wife's like, honey, isn't that the bus that you were supposed to catch? So he's looking, he's like, oh, hold up, wait, that's our neighborhood. Oh, wait. So now Jake is looking, he's like, wait, what time was it? It says this was the 9 a.m. bus on a Tuesday morning. He's like, oh, shoot. That's the bus I was supposed to be on. The bus that if I had caught that bus, that's the bus that I was timing to get so I could get to the job interview on time. But thanks be to the Most High that I didn't get on that bus at 9 o'clock, because if I got on that bus at 9 o'clock, I would have been mangled with metal and I don't know what, but Jake would have been dead. That's the point of the story. So Jake he gets on his knees, he's thanking the Most High. He's like, oh, throughout the Lord, because that's how the spirit works. In the moment, Jake is thinking, I lost his job. He doesn't know what happened. He doesn't know why the Most High took that job away from him. That was a minor loss because the Most High could have taken his life away. All right. But like the scriptures say, all things work to the good, all right, of them that love him. This was working to Jake's benefit, though Jake didn't see it at the moment. But he was relaxed. He was spiritual. So the Lord revealed it to him in due time. Look, this is why I made you miss that interview. Because if you got on that 9 o'clock bus, you would have been dead. That's why I made it to where you forgot that your keys were in your back pocket and you ran around the whole house and missed that bus. Why do you think when you went to catch a 10 o'clock bus, none of those buses were running? Because there was an incident that happened. Yeah, I was trying to judge somebody on that bus. I didn't want you to be part of that judgment. You see how the spirit works? So because Jake understood, you know what, everything works to the good. If the Most High let this happen this far, that I missed the interview, then it must be good for me. You don't know how it is, but it just is. All right. So that was the analogy, just showing you, look, in these cases, you might not understand. You might feel this type of way, but you got to give it time, and you got to be spiritual, man. Don't be carnal minded, lose your shit. Run. The scripture say, possess your souls, man. Be patient. Anyway, this is Job 33, verse 14. Salakia, I'm gonna get into the precepts now. This is Job 33, verse 14. It says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of, because there's times when the Most High will be showing you something, he'll be showing you something and you might not get it. I'll give an example. A couple weeks ago, all right, I did a stream with my brother, all right, on the mushroom guy, all right. We went about it the wrong way, all right, and we apologize for it. But I tried to do that video by myself, earlier that day, and I tried to do it as a regular video. But for some reason, my computer kept messing up. My computer never messes up. It kept messing up to where the video wasn't working. It cut off in the middle of the video, And guess what? I didn't. And it's spiritual because the Most High had it happen that way. I didn't understand. I'm thinking, oh, that's Satan trying to stop the lesson from coming out. Not knowing that, look, the Most High is probably telling me you don't need to do that video, But guess what? I went and did it anyway. Did the stream, got rebuked, did an apology video, and then it dawned on me, boom. There's a reason why when you try to do the video to begin with, the Most High stopped the computer from working. But like it says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. At the end of the day, we all in the flesh. Okay, we're not perfect. There's times when you'll get caught. Satan will get into your mind and twist your perception, And that's why the way is all the Lord's mercy, because something that could be good for you, you might think, oh, Satan is trying to hinder. But really, that's the Most High intervening for your betterment. But you might think it's the opposite, and vice versa. But it's all the Most High does everything for a reason. Hell, if that hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't have been able to say what I just said right now. But you got to see how it all works, because we don't see the bigger picture. We see the here, we see the now. You know what I'm saying? We see what He allows us to see. But it's much more than us. Okay? So it says here, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. When you knocked out, you in your boxer shorts, you flipping, turning, you drooling, snoring, whatever you're doing. All right. Guess what? Then He openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Now that doesn't mean He literally comes and grabs the ear. He opens that in there. He has a little scroll and He just pushes it into your brain. That's figurative talk right there. Okay. But there's sometimes when you sleep and you might not remember your dream, or you might remember your dream, or your dream might have nothing to do, according to your perception, with what He told you to do in the morning. All right. But it says he sealeth their instruction. So whatever the Lord wants you to do the next day, He'll put it in your spirit to do it. So you wake up the next day, whatever, like me personally, what I'm doing right now, the Lord put the spirit on me to do so. Maybe while I was sleeping, He told the angels, put the spirit on him. When he wakes up, let him go, And usually, I'll wake up, I'll be brushing my teeth, or I'll be meditating on my bed, or I'll be taking a shower, and then, the thoughts will come to me, boom, randomly, I was just brushing my teeth and the thought came to me to do this video. Randomly, boom, because that's how the spirit works. I'm like, oh, because how the spirit, then the precepts start coming. Then all right, this is not me. The Lord is giving me the ingredients to go do it. So here I am. All right. So there's sometimes you might be meditating heavy on something, you might be uneasy about a decision or something the night before, and you go to bed and you wake up the next day and what you want to do. It's set, boom. Because the Lord overnight said, look, this is what you need to do. All right. You might pray to the Lord and the next day you wake up How did I not think of that? That's what I got to do. All right. It says, verse 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. See, because you might be, sometimes you thinking you want to do something, but that's not how the Most High wants it to go down. So next thing you know, you wake up the next day and your mind has changed. You know, you might be thinking, tomorrow I want to go visit one of my friends. But the Most High is like, nope, I don't want you doing that. So you wake up the next day, you planned everything the night before, 1 p.m., we chilling. You wake up the next day and you realize, oh, I have an appointment today. Oh, shoot, I got to go. Oh, not, bro, I can't make it. See how the Most High set that up? Because the Most High knew, look, if I remind him of his appointment the night before, he's going to make plans for another day. But I don't want him hanging out with that friend. So I'm going to make sure he forgets. And then on the day of, after the plans are set, I'll remind him so that I can withdraw him from that purpose of doing what he's going to go chill with his friends. But something's going to go down there. I'm going to set some judgment over there. So I don't want him over there. Instead, he's going to be his ass quiet in some freaking hospital somewhere getting a physical checkup or whatever. You know, that's how the Most High deals, man. There's so much that goes on in our lives that we have no clue what's going on. You know, like when the Lord says he has a hedge of protection on us, there's a hedge of protection on us. There's so much obstacles and tribulation and trouble that the Most High has protected us from. We don't even have a clue about. You know, that's like when they show you in the movies, you know, dude is just walking. Oh, what's that? He goes down, picks it up, and there's a whole assassin behind him who just shot a freaking poison dart. And he just, I don't know, oh, let me see what that. He goes down and then it goes over his head. Then that assassin disappears. You know, sort of like that. You know, you don't, the Most High probably made you look down for a reason. And you don't even, you have not the slightest clue that, hey, my life was almost, I almost lost my life. He just saved your life. You don't even know that happened. See, this is why we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because so much, that's why it says his thoughts are not our thoughts. All right. The way the Spirit deals, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's scary, but it's beautiful. All right. So next precept, this is Romans. All right. Slaki, let me just check the comment board real quick. All right. Shalom. Because I got, this on here, so I can't really see it from here, but I check in time to time. All right, so Romans chapter 9, I'll start at verse 10. All right, this is an example of that. So it says, and not only this, but when Rebekah, all right, also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, having neither done good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. What does this mean? This means that before, that's like placing a bet. Before anything happened, this is what I want. I'm already claiming this. I'm already doing this. Before Jacob and Esau did any good and evil, as Jacob and Esau, Lord already said, nope, I elected Jacob. I chose Jacob. I hated Esau. All right, it's right there in the 13th verse. All right, so it says, not of works, but of him that calleth. And who calleth? The Most High. So it's not of what Jacob did or what Esau did. They weren't even born yet. But it was what the Most High, all right, said. I loved Jacob and I hated Esau. That's it. I didn't do it based on what they did. I did it because I chose it. When you go to the sneaker store and you see a sneaker, you say, look, I like these ones. It's not like you went into the future and saw, those got me they got me a lot of compliments, so I'm choosing it because of that. No, I like them because I like them. Give me that. No, I don't like those. So yeah, take that away somewhere. That's it. That's predestination, election. That's how the Most High set it up. Verse 11. No, I just read that. Verse 12. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. And who came out first? Esau. That's why Esau gonna serve us. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So some people, hey, look, an example. The story I gave in the beginning about the spiritual Jake and the carnal Jake, when the spiritual Jake lost his job, he was spiritual enough to understand that it was the will of the Most High. When the carnal Jake lost his job, he lost his whole shit. it was the will of the Lord that he would do that. Maybe the Lord set all that up because he wanted to get rid of that carnal Jake. He wanted to get him out of the truth. He didn't want him a part of the ministry anymore. So he set up the whole scenario, let him lose his job and all that, so he can get angry and just be like, I'm done with this. And then just like that, the Lord's like, all right, cool. I wanted to get rid of you anyway. Now you out of here. You see, that's the fear of the Lord, man. Everything is a. If the Lord one day decides, look, I don't want you anymore. What you gonna do about that? You can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about it. It's that, and that's why we are so grateful that the scriptures say the Lord changes not. Because if you're of the elect and the Lord said, I love you, and he chose you, that's it. He ain't changing. Because if he was to change, man, we would be through. Because if the Lord was to say, look, I like you this day, but the next day, I don't like you anymore. You don't have the power to do anything about that. Next thing, one day you're assured of a seat in the chariot. You know, one day the Lord's like, yeah, he's of the elect. Next day, nah, he ain't of the elect. That's why he said he is bound by his word. What he says, that's what it is. So if it's judgment, you just better pray the Most High doesn't cast that judgment on your ass, man. Because once that sentence is sent out, his word ain't coming back void. You were through. All right? That's the fear of the Lord, man. He can do whatever he pleases. And I'm grateful that Yahweh is who he is, and nobody else is him but him. And the same thing with Yahweh Shai. I'm grateful that those are the entities that are in that position. Nobody else. I don't care who it is. I'm grateful that it's them. Because the long suffering, the patience, and the mercy that they have, there's nobody else that could ever, man, hey, so I speak as man, but if I was in that position, or anybody else, the world probably wouldn't even exist. Because we don't have that patience that the Lord has, man. We probably would have destroyed and remade the world over 200 million times already. Nah. You don't get it. God damn, Jake. Yo, destroy that shit. But that's why the Most High is who he is, and that's why Yahushua is who he is. All right. So it says, where was I? Okay, verse 16. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. And an example is that because if the Most High wanted to kill the spiritual Jake, he would have put the thought in his mind to get on that train, get on the bus at 9 a.m. and he would have been dead. And Jake wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. He wouldn't have known. There's nothing you could that shows you your life is literally, and that's why the Lord called us a worm. Jacob, thou worm. Your life is literally in his hand. He can make you do what he wants. Now, he ain't going, puppet string you like this and all that. But what you think is your thoughts, what you think you want to do, he put the spirit on you to think that way. So he doesn't need to grab your hand and force you against your will to walk and get on the bus. He can just put in your mind, yo, I want you to want to get on the bus. And then you're going to think, man, I'm trying to get on this bus. And then that's it. Your life is over. That's how the Lord is, man, the Most High. You don't mess with Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. It says, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. So when you read in the book of Exodus, Pharaoh had no control. You reading it, you thinking Pharaoh said this and that. Pharaoh had no control. The Lord told Moses, look, let me show you something. I'm going to make this guy say no to you. I'm going to harden his heart so that I can flex. If I didn't harden his heart, he would have let you guys go already. But I'm going to harden his heart to where Pharaoh's going to say, look, I'm not with this anymore. Get out of here. Then the Lord puts the spirit on him to where you can't resist. And then out of nowhere, no, where you going? Keep their asses over here. Make their labor harder. Then Pharaoh comes back again. Yo, y'all good. Leave. They leave. Spirit comes back on them. Chase their ass down. Go bring them back. Because Pharaoh had no control. He was doing what the Lord put the spirit on him to do. You won't walk around and talk about free will. I got free will. I can do whatever I want. The fact that you've been thinking that way is because the Most High put the thought in you. And then he made you so carnally minded that you can't even understand that. You can't even understand that the reason you're thinking a certain way is because the Most High put the spirit on you to think a certain way. And you can't understand that because he put the spirit on you not to understand it. Because if you understood it, you probably would accept it. You see, like, because that's how the spirit works. All right. It says, verse 19, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Exactly. You know, like, hey, sometimes you just, hey, look, you went off, but you went off because the Most High wanted you to go off. You know, so like I said, so what you gonna say? Why is he gonna punish me for sinning if what I do is based on his will? You know, for who has resisted his will? If the Most High said he wants me to go off, and I pray that he doesn't put that spirit on me, because that's a scary thing. But and I am gonna use myself as an example. If the Most High said he wanted somebody to go off, okay, and the person goes off, the person's like, I mean, the Most High wanted me to go off if I went off, right? But that's not a justification, okay? You could say, well, even if I didn't want to go off, if the Most High wanted me to go off, that's why I went off. That's still not a justification, because if you go off, there's punishments for that. That's why it says in verse 20, but nay, it says, nay, but oh man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? He can do that. You know, he can decide to do that. All right. That's like if you have sneakers that are like partially ripped, right? They're a little bit ripped and they're vulnerable, you know, but you still wear it anyway and go run around. And as you run, you trip and fall and it completely rips. And you get mad at the shoes, like, these stupid ass shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell, you know, the shoes can't turn around and say, well, you saw I was ripped. Why did you wear me knowing that there's a possibility that I might rip some more? The shoe ain't gonna turn around and tell you that. At the end of the day, whether it's ripped or not, it's your shoe. You do what you want with it. So at the end of the day, whether you go off, whether the Most High makes you go off, whatever happens, hey, let me get a precept for you. This will answer your question. I think it's Revelation 4 and the last verse. Revelation 4 and 11. Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So that's why Paul says here, but nay, but oh man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? He created you for his pleasure. And if it pleases him for you to go off, sure. Maybe he wants you to go off so that you can repent, because he wants to see you in that state. He wants to humble you. Hey, it's all up to him. You were created for his pleasure. So who the hell are you to reply against the Most High? He does what he wants. All right. How shy hey, man, look, you know, there's certain things that is just out of your power. So you just accept it and you go with it. And you pray that the Most High, you know, you don't make an enemy out of the Most High. Don't do it. The best position you could be in is just, you know what I mean, be looked at as, look, that brother or that sister or whoever it is, they just doing what they got to do. That's it. You don't want to be on the radar. Once you're on the radar, you're being watched. Every little thing that happens, you're being watched. You don't want that, because that puts you at a higher risk of the Most High looking at you like, nah, he's unstable. I don't want him. You just be the quiet dude that just does what you got to do. That's it. Everybody got a different spirit. You know, there's some people, all right, who the Lord has put the spirit on them to where it doesn't matter what them just being them, they stand out. You look at, oh, damn, that brother got it, you know, or, you know, there's certain people who just go, they're able to blend in and just keep going. Certain people who, no matter what they do, they just stand out because that's the spirit the Lord put on them. All right. Certain lights, all right, are at I don't know the technicalities of lights, watts, kilowatts, whatever it's called, but certain of them shine brighter than others because that's how the Lord set it up. So you can put them all in one room, but you're gonna notice that light. You're gonna notice it because the Lord set it up to shine brighter. You know, but if you weren't set up to shine bright and you wanna put yourself on that radar, you trying to shine bright, and next thing you know, you burst. You know. Anyway, going back, verse 20. Nay, but oh man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay? Of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. See? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it shows you that the Most High is in control, man. We are the creation. The creation does not question the creator. All right? Because you can't create yourself. So you can't question the one that created you or what he wants to do with you. You can only do what pleases him and hope and pray that you continue to do that. And that, that it pleases him to put the spirit on you to keep pleasing him. Yeah, that's how the spirit works. All right, so I ended off here. This is Romans 8:28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. And what is his purpose? This truth, man. All right, so that's talking about the elect. You gotta, this is a good precept to keep in mind, man, because all hell is gonna break loose very, very soon. You're gonna be put in positions where you're gonna doubt. But you need to remember Romans 8:28, and you need to remember, look, if the Most High let it happen, if I'm in this, if I find myself in this situation, then the Most High willed it to happen. But I understand that it's gonna be for my good ultimately. I could see my head in a guillotine about to get chopped off. Guess what? The Most High saw it fit that I end up in this position. At the end of the day, it's for my benefit. I might not see it right now, but I gotta go through it. The Most High loves you. You love the Most High. Then he's not going to do something deliberately bad to you. So it may seem bad, but there's a deeper meaning behind it. There's a greater good behind it. All right. But you got to always keep in mind, man. And it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay. It's not. There's times when you in such a tough predicament. You're going through so much shit that you just, you're trying so hard to remain spiritual. You're trying so hard. You're remembering Romans 8:28, but somehow it doesn't even feel like it's working. That's when you got to go into heavy prayer, fast, and meditate. Don't just read the precept and then just expect it to magically work. You meditate on it. All right? You meditate, you think, and then you relate it to your situation. Okay? All right. You're thinking about, then you start to assess spiritually. Don't think about it carnally. Spiritually, assess the situation, break it down. What happened to me? Why did it happen to me? Did I do anything bad? Okay, is this to test me? Is this to make me better? Is this a punishment? Pray for the Lord to keep a humble and a spirit of integrity on you, that you don't end up like that carnal-minded Jake and then end up, you want to be like Job. All right? Shall we receive only good and not evil from the Most High? And don't sin with your lips. Okay, you want to be like Job, and you want to remember, look, all right, the scriptures say this. All right? It's hard to see that right now because of what I'm going through, but that's just because the way the flesh is feeling. I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm worried, I'm stressed, I'm in pain, whatever it is, you got to suppress that. The more you meditate, the deeper you get into the meditation of the precept, then you start, really wrapping your head around the precept. Romans 8:28, okay, all right, this is for my good. Cool. How can this possibly be for my good? All right, it's for my good. Just start, and the Lord will put the right thoughts into your mind to calm you down. All right, for you to understand what's going on. Verse 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son. Who's his son? Yahushua. All right, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. And he foreknew the elect. The Lord, it's not like the Lord said, look, I'm going to create all these spirits and say, I want you. The elect were created to be the elect. You understand? The Lord said, look, I want 144,000 spirits created specifically as the 144,000 elect. I want an innumerable multitude created specifically as the 1/3. And I want some more created specifically as 2/3. That, like, it wasn't like I created I want you to be no. I created you specifically like this. The elect weren't just created and then made like this. No, they were created like that. Your spirit was tailor-made to be that ideal form of an elect. It's not, okay, this is an elect, this is you, I'm gonna put you in here and make you in here. No. This is an elect, I'm gonna create you just like that. And we all, the elect are all different, but they were created to be the elect, if you understand what I'm trying to say. All right. They were predestined. Look, you're gonna be the elect regardless, because you were created just like that. Verse 30. So if you are of the elect, you cannot not be of the elect. And if you're not of the elect, you cannot become of the elect, because you were created a non-elect. All right. If you're an elect, you were created an elect. That's it. Doesn't matter what you go through in life, that doesn't change. All right. Verse 30. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. All right. So it's already set up. You know, it's already set up, man. Verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us, man? Keep that in your mind always. It doesn't matter, even if it seems like another man is doing it, the Most High is ultimately doing it. That's what makes it hard, all right, for people to remain spiritual, because they're seeing the carnal. You know, you see Esau with a gun to your head. You're looking down the barrel of the gun. And it's hard for you to remember that the Most High is putting the spirit on him to do it. You might tell him, the Most High got the spirit on you to do that. He might tell you, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm going to blow your head off. I don't care about no Most High. And then it makes you feel like, damn, like, am I just tripping? No, you're not tripping. He doesn't know, because the Most High made it to where he doesn't know. That's how the spirit works. All right. But yeah, man, that's basically what it is. All right, that's basically the end of the lesson. But you just got to keep that in mind, being spiritual, man. You might be in a position where you might sound crazy believing what you believe. All right. But keep in mind that, look, all things are going to work to the good of them that love the Most High, man. All right. But anyway, with that, I hope this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.